All right, chat. We are in the aftermath of this team getting dicked in the Stanley Cup Final. Let's be honest. Let's call it as we sees it. We got jobbed by EA. We have made the playoffs twice, and at both occasions, we have gotten jobbed. Against Calgary, we had someone shoot a puck through their teammate's boot, and it counted for an overtime winner. We went on to lose that series, and then here, some of the worst AI examples I think I've ever seen, and we end up losing as a result as well. Do I regret jumping into the gameplay? For the sake of dramatics, no. For the sake of the results, yes. But it is what it is, and it may have been legitimately our only chance at winning a cup. Joe Byers now 32. He, Niedermeyer, Carlton, Ekman were all fantastic. And it was all for naught. So, you know, it's one of those things where people are like, man, you win the cup a lot. Like the final season's like, we might not get that happy ending this time, huh? Might not happen. And how'd the commentary work go, by the way? Love to see the boys getting involved. Love to see the boys getting involved. Keep getting those reps in. I might be able to put in a word for you with the certain league I work for. Oh, we're not calling the series. We're going for it. We are absolutely sticking with this, at least as of this moment. I have no plans of quitting. We're gonna make a run. We're gonna make a run for it, man. I refuse to give up. I refuse to give in. Never surrender. Next week for the CBJ. Not bad. I don't think I would have been able to accept that offer even if I had the time. That NHL gamer schedule, man, that final 2 weeks worked my ass off. I need a break. Now, in the system here, you got Lawrence Legacy. It'll be nice to have him on defense. Zanata in goal is improving. I mean, there are some good examples of improvement here, for sure. Rantanen, who might very well be our starter for the future. Although Bobby Peters, who's to say? Of course, Bobby did not win the Calder. We'll see what happens moving forward, but there is certainly that feeling of our best chance to win. Absolutely went up in smoke. But yeah, we already looked at the awards. There was nothing there. There was nothing there. So let's go to the draft lottery results. It is the Edmonton Oilers moving up from 4-1. Who would have thought? To get the number 1 overall pick. I'm not even going to bother looking at the draft class at this stage. It's not worth it. Unfortunately, we will view retired players. I double-checked that playlist at the last second, discovered there is copywritten music in it, so we'll see if I get in trouble on the YouTube side of things later on, I guess. That'll be fun. That'll be fun. Actually, turns out a playlist I was listening to last night, too, just full of, hey, it's not copywritten, don't worry about it, and then you check it, and it's just nothing but copywritten music. Shit sucks, man. Shit sucks. But what are you going to do? Let me fix this really quickly here. Let me find a solution. Why is everything copywritten? Stop it. Stop it now. Everything. I can't find a non-copywritten playlist to save my goddamn life, apparently. Alright, retired players. Let's hope I didn't lose anybody. First and foremost, Jack has retired and finished with more points than Austin Matthews. Granted, Matthews played significantly less, but the memes are out of control. Dude, why do all the cool and good playlists have to have copywritten music? I hate it. I hate it. You don't have it set up to record without the audio track. I mean, I could do that. It would just be boring as shit. It would just be boring as shit. And honestly, Piney, I can't remember the last time I did that on OBS Studio, so to be honest, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. Normally I can just find stuff on YouTube, no problem, that isn't copywritten. But, hey, what are you going to do? Eichel, Strome, Matthews, Larkin, Reinhart, bunch of notable retirements. Sam Steele finished with exactly 1,000 points, which is beautiful. Defensively, Rasmus Dahlin, Gets to end things with the Stanley Cup. Which, yeah, sucks for my sake. Let me tell you. That absolutely sucks for my sake. Damn. Damn is all I'm going to say. Damn. Alright. Nope. God damn it. No, we should be fine. Never mind. We're good. Alright. Let us march. Let us move. Romanov retired. Michael DiPietro played over 800 games. You know, we're getting deep into this when freaking Caden Primo has retired, for God's sakes. So we didn't lose anybody on our team. At least that I noticed. We really don't have anybody up there that we'd have to be worried about. I'm not even going to bother. Like I said, looking at the draft class, we're going to see what we can do here. It is the draft class that I had honestly hoped I was never going to have to worry about. 31st overall pick. Who is available to us? Murray Gagliardi, Sevenin, Duchesne, Schultz, Teratukin, Loktionov, Branch. And honestly, for this particular draft, we just find whoever. We don't have to worry about goalies, certain players, positions. It's just get the best players that we absolutely can.
The man was a fanboy.
Unfortunately. Bagel, 23 months of respecting the content. You love to see that. How are you? I mean, a Jimmy Howard comparison. I do love my boy from UMaine. Maybe we'll go with Hedman. Defensively, who do we have? Medvedev. I mean, a John Carlson comparison, but looking pretty meh. Schultz, I'm sorry. Yeah, unless he had a crazy high overall. George Duchesne. Pretty big risk. Christopher Gregoire. Not looking great. And Andrew Barch. I can't say I'm instilled with confidence by any of these defensemen. So what about forwards? Reese Blair. Hello. Promising. Don't have an ETA. Vitanen. Promising. Sorry to Gagliardi. Ooh, Gagliardi, though. I mean, Noah's a medium 9, but he's going to have a really good overall. Sevenen's up there as well. Loktionov is up there. Sasaki. Holy Teratukin. He just can't skate. At least he has elite speed, but he just can't skate. Shit. Well, clearly it's got to be a forward. Like, there's no denying that. It's got to be a forward. 2 A's, 3 B's. Can anybody beat that? I don't think they can. Well, our choice is obvious here. It's going to be the Estonian, playing in lovely Kazakhstan, but it will be the Estonian Alexander Teratukin. Has no agility, but elite speed, so figure that out. Teratukin, come on down. How good are you? 67, low elite, eat pants, San Jose. Philadelphia drafted a Hartnell, which is great. That is absolutely a late first-round steal for Alex Teratukin. Has 88 speed and acceleration, but 70 agility and 65 balance. Not the best physical category in the world, but does have 88 body checking. Can't play defense worth a damn in terms of defensive awareness, but he could also play center. He has 80 faceoffs. 93 wrist shot power. Dude, the randomly generated stats this year are bizarre, to say the least. But yeah, that was a very, very good pick. The next player I would have selected over him if I had a free choice probably would have been like Jensen. Maybe. So, yeah, that's a great pick. We'll see who we miss out on. Pick number 63 is next, because there were a lot of good options there. Gagliardi went next at the end to Pittsburgh. 62 medium 9. Anybody else here that was top notch? I mean, Sevenin we knew was a medium 9. Leonov we never got to consider. Gonchar, really good pick. We never had a shot at him though. CGM, what's going on, buddy? I mean, Barch and Loktionov were okay, but I think we very, very clearly ended up with the best option here. No doubt about it. We found the right guy. From there, Per Johansson is available. Or Johansson, I suppose. Let's see. It might be a goalie pick from the looks of it. Maybe, just maybe. Let's see. There's a grinder. A couple of grinders. Okay, we kind of have our list of players here. For the goaltenders, if we were to take someone, it would be Johansson or Lassi Sapanen. I don't really have faith in either of them, if I'm being honest with you. Defensively, I'd definitely take Sokolov over Zubov. A little bit further along. Dakota Shing, no. Denisov is okay, but this is rough. This is rough. What about the forwards? Tero Koskinen, not bad. Not bad at all. Ted Arneson, also not that bad. Ricardo Gias, not that bad. Siolfido, probably not good enough. Oli Vitanen, hey, it's got to be him. And Michael Fawcett. Yeah, I think we have our guy again. We're going to be taking good old Oli Vitanen. Vitanen. He is the man. No defined weaknesses. Let's take the Finn. 64 low top 6 was not ideal. That is about on par with what we were seeing drafted. Johansson was a 47. So, I mean, cool, medium elite goalie, but good God, he'll probably never develop. I mean, in terms of potential, there really wasn't anybody who was that much better, if we're being honest with ourselves here. Yeah, I mean, we did okay. We did okay. None of those guys were that great, unfortunately. Shing we know was kind of terrible. Maciej Mrazek. Okay. I'm interested. Blake Steos. Not as interested. Matthew Goddard. Potential 3-year ETA, so maybe. Ruben Wilkinson, not interested. Scott Dalton, might be interested. Albert Snyder. This is going to be a tough pick from the looks of it. This is going to be another tough pick. And no guarantees of getting anybody decent on the other end of it, really. Defensively, or goaltending-wise, Greg Rowe, the 20-year-old. Not good enough. Defensively, okay, Mrazek has some decent numbers. Decent attributes. But he's got a 5-year ETA with that potential, so that's a weird one. That he's going to have that low of an overall if his ETA is that bad. I don't think I'm sold on any of these defensemen. I think we're looking at another forward. Van Allen, 4 years out. Best we're going to get is 4 years out. I think Koivisto. It's Koivisto or Van Allen. I think we'll risk it. Let's go for Antti Koivisto. This draft isn't exactly instilling me with a ton of confidence. He is a 59 medium bottom 6. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright. What do we have in this next round then? Like I said, part of me was hoping to be able to make the decision of never doing this draft. Because we won, and what a great place to stop. But we didn't win. And Mama ain't raised no bitch. I'm no quitter. We're gonna see this through until the bitter end. Or hopefully, off the back of a title. One or the other. And it's at this stage where we're getting very close to the end of the line for players that are worth drafting. I'm just gonna look up until the 200s or so. We are gonna have to call another timeout here. And we will look out of all of these players who happen to be the best. There is Yuri Glebov. Bobrovsky. We got Yui. Alright. I think we just about have all of our top options here. That's what it looks like. So it's the 4th round. We're just going to find our top 4. Good draft or no? So far, no. Goalie-wise, shitload of goalies we could consider here at the end of this draft. Motzko is the only one that has incredible numbers. 3 years out, he's the confirmed backup. D-, D-, B-. Holland's not that bad either. I think it'd be Holland or Motzko. I know there's a confirmed medium starter here as well. Shower. And ColecoVision's not that bad either. So, tough run with goalies. For the defense, Glebov. Not that great. A medium 7th who's horrible. A medium 4 in DeNicola, who's also kind of shit. Garlock, also not great. Do you have anybody that has a lower ETA that's confirmed? The answer appears to be no. 4 years is about the best we're going to get. I think anybody that has a confirmed potential that's not that great needs to get bounced out of here. And then overall wise, so no strengths whatsoever for Zuzan. We'll get rid of him. Day has good skating, good senses, and good physical. That's not bad. He kind of sucks. Estrada kind of sucks. He might be good. I don't know, but it's not looking great if we were to hedge our bets. Garlock, honestly not that great. Glebov, probably not that great. There are 2 defensemen that I feel safe in selecting here. DeNicola and Bryson Day. And then for the forwards, I mean, we know we're going to have a crap load of them. Maybe not. I thought we'd honestly have more than that. Yeah, either one of those 2 would have to have a crazy high overall to make it worth it. Any good ETAs here? No. 4 years is the best we're getting. Luca Boys might have the good shooting category at least. And Schneider might be okay. Maybe. Bobrovsky's 20 and not that great. At least Schneider has some promising things about him. There is not a single player here that I have a ton of confidence in selecting, if I'm being honest. Not a single one. This does not look like an incredible draft class by any stretch here. I think Boyce is the Boyce and Schneider are the only 2 that I'd take. So we got 2 forwards, 2 defensemen, a couple of goalies. Probably only go for those 2 goalies. So 6 players left. I don't even know if we could get all these guys, but ideally they'd be the top targets. Motzko is a backup. I don't even know if he's going to be that good to make it work. And this goalie's 5'11", for God's sakes. Let's go for Bryson Day here. I mean, I guess I can get him in the next round, which is nice. So, I mean, here, I guess, based off of the draft pick, we're looking at Boyce, Shower, or DeNicola. 1 forward, 1 goalie, 1 defender. Boyce potentially has that good shooting category. Max Showers, again, 5'11" as a goalie. DeNicola's huge and kind of sucks. We're going to go for Lucas Boyce, the Calgary Hitmen. He is a low top 9. Yeah, man, this draft looks like it is going to suck. Even if you get a good potential, they're a very low overall. Yeah, this is, DeNicola was a 50. Yikes. In terms of pinned players, 3 left on the board. I'm going to go with Bryson Day. Take a risk on a defenseman. Didn't work. Didn't work at all. 6th round. I don't think I have any pinned players left. I don't. We'll just go for probably Yuri Glebov in the next round. Which means we could take the risk on Bobrovsky. I don't think he's going to be that good because he's projected to be pretty low. Fuck it. Take Sergei Bobrovsky. Whatever. 56 low top 6 grinder. And after that, we're looking at Yuri Glebov, who was a medium 7th. That might have been, and some. It's been unfortunate. I think in the last 5 years worth of this draft, we've been able to say, I think that was our worst draft yet, and that probably was our worst draft yet. As shitty as that is to say. Right. I do want to try to re-sign these coaches. There's no guarantees, though. Yeah, with them looking at... honestly, it's probably best to just let them go for the moment. Very difficult to re-sign someone, because oftentimes they're just going to say, oh, I want this role. So, in terms of contracts, we're also in a tough spot financially. Now, Bobby Peters doesn't actually want to get paid that much, which is pretty nice. In terms of goalies, we have a couple of backups here. Ken Elliott, who was taken in the 7th round of the 2034 draft. We're going to go ahead and let go of him. And Gail Hebert, the Hebert. 5th round of that 2034 draft. We'll go ahead and let go of you. Aside from that, 2, 3. Somebody's got to go out of this mix. Honestly, it's probably Henderson. So Jalen Henderson, who was not great in his final season in Victoria. 4th round of that 2034 draft. We're not even going to sign you to your ELC. And then there's the question as to whether or not Bonet is even going to make it. To be honest, I don't think he is. 7th round in 2033. We're going to let go of one Stefan here. So, Bobby Peters. Let's look to bring you back for the year. We'll look to assign Pedersen here to his ELC, and then we got Barlow and Zanata that we get to worry about in the future. Defensively, this is where it gets tough. Because there is a legitimate conversation to let go of McCutcheon and Kasparaitis, who really haven't been a part of the team lately. And they're looking for way too much money. I think we're going to lose these two. They just don't gel with any coaches that we've tried. And they haven't performed all that well. And unfortunately for me, I already have Ron Ebbett signed at $6.9 million. This dude spent last season in the AHL. We might try to give him another chance this upcoming season. He has 98 defensive awareness, but it hasn't meant much. Not to mention Legacy could be signed as well. So, I need to see what the forward or what the financial situation will be. Really quickly, let's qualify Lilia, Zagrapin, and Saprikin. So technically it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't even know if I'm going to sign Legacy yet. I might just leave him unsigned. We are going to bring back Byzantine, even though I don't think he's going to develop. There's no point in letting him try to go out to get an offer sheet. He's not going to ask for enough. Abdelkader and Devereaux were crucial parts to this defense in the last season because of them being enforcers. So we'll try to bring both of them back. And then from there, it all comes down to just whether or not we need AHL options. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. Yeah, we're going to need some defensemen. Legacy cannot be played in the AHL, not the NHL. It can certainly be played in the NHL, which helps. But McCutcheon and Kasparaitis, I think it's just obvious they're going to have to go. Forward-wise, Joe Byer's top priority. Joe Byer wants a shitload of money. Now, we do have a shitload of money to spend. But this is why I think that last season might have been our last chance. Because Ekman also wants a shitload of money. Niedermayer's going to want a shitload of money. And I can really only sign these guys on a year-to-year basis. Legacy will have to be qualified for the moment. We can't afford to lose Carlton. He wants a shitload of money. These four have to be prioritized. Carlton might be out. Let's advance a day. Niedermayer signs Byzantine, Bayer, Abdelkader, Peters, Ekman, Devereaux, Pedersen. We have $34 million left now. We're going to have to make some very tough choices here. Goalie-wise, we're set. Defensively, I don't know how the hell we're going to sign these three. Guys, I think our only chance at winning the cup just went up in smoke. It's very obvious the McCutcheon at $6 million has to go. So, I had very high hopes for Lane McCutcheon. Especially, it sucks to let go of someone who's listed as a medium elite. But he's never quite gelled on this team. He has 94 points in 410 career games. Just defensively, it's been very spotty at times. And he's not a chemistry fit. Lane McCutcheon is out. And then we say goodbye to one of the OGs. Vladimir Kasparaitis, 99th overall, back in 2020. And after all this time, 574 games. Unfortunately, he spent the last 5 seasons in the AHL. Because again, no matter what coach we've used, he hasn't been a good fit. And at the NHL level, he was a little bit expendable, to say the least. So, Vladimir Kasparaitis, to one of the OGs, we salute you. But it's time for you to go. We'll figure out what the hell is going to happen with these RFAs. I don't know the answer. And honestly, defensively, Christian Persson, 6th round in 2034, he just sucks. There's no point in signing him. So we're going to have quite a few AHL defensemen from the looks of it. I don't know what we're doing with the other legacy yet. And then forward-wise, we have some tough choices to make. First and foremost, I mean, Talixon's 25 at this stage. Can bring him back, no problem. Boyce is a little bit expensive. What about Malkin? Who's to say? This is tough. Suhonen needs to sign his ELC. Okay, so 34 million, right? I mean, ideally, we'd bring back Carlton. He's been a great fit on that top line. He's looking for a shitload of money. Vorobev's looking for 4. Geisberger's looking for 4.5. Holmqvist is looking for 7. Mendez wants 6. Oberg wants 5. Janik wants 4. We're fucked. We are. That was it. That was it. We missed our window. We are going to have to let go of a decent amount of depth here on this team. It's going to be up to some younger guys to step into the lineup and make it happen. Okay. First and foremost, the RFAs we have to put on the back burner for the moment. In terms of these options, how much is Malkin looking for? Malkin's not looking for anything. We can re-sign him. Brits, what's going on? Koltsov, we might as well bring back. Because why not? Valentenko, might as well bring you back. Nerminen, bring you back as well, just in case. Reinprecht needs to sign his ELC. This is going to be tough. So theoretically, with these defensemen, right? Robert Lilia wants 6 million. Zagrapin wants 7. Suprikin wants 6. We're going to have to finance this sumbitch out. That's what we're going to have to do. So Robert Lilia, theoretically, 6.1. You do the 85% trick. That's 4185. right? Theoretically, that, or 5185, I think I misspoke there. So, let me see what we got here. So Lilia wants 5.185. Is the cheapest we can get him for. This is a Grappin. The 7068 to the 85. Whoops. 7068 to the 85%. Just over 6 million. Just over 6 million for Mr. Zagrapan. Zagrapan. And then Saprikan. Least amount we can get him for. Let's see, we got. I suddenly turned off my numblocks there. How the hell did I do that? Got 5.7. 85% of that. Take out that 15%. 4845. For good old Sappy. Right. So, that alone comes out to $16 million. You could argue, wait to see who goes. The problem right now is Ebbett. Now, technically, I am allowed to get Ebbett off of this roster by pairing him with the 7th in exchange for a 7th. So it's not technically trading him. I am allowed to do that. So theoretically, we have about $40 million. A little bit over $40 million. If I were to buy out Ebbett, it would cost us $2.3 million per season. So $16 million for that defense. We probably get rid of Ebbett. Yeah, it's not taking Ebbett on that contract. It's an interesting call. We don't know for sure. Legacy. Oh boy. Oh boy. If we cheese it with the AI. I mean, you know. There's no way to know for sure, right? Legacy wants 6.86375. Jesus. I'm just trying to see if we can afford this. Carlton's gonna want at least like 11.5. I think we might just have enough to pull this off. But the question is with the RFAs, how's it going to play out? Is it worth going for them now and risking losing the other guys? And the argument could be yes, even if it's trying to get them on one-year deals to maximize how cheap the deals are. And then we'll run into more trouble later. Or at the very least, we see, I mean, the problem is if we let them go to the open market, we pretty much have to say, hey, we're willing to lose them. If we lose any of the three, sure. You know, we get the extra draft picks, but that does not help us when we need to win now. And I don't know if Johnson, Ebbett, Byzantine, Legacy, Dansk, Abdelkader, Devereaux, like if any combination of that is good enough to win a cup. We really need to make a decision on what we're going to do with these defenders, guys. We also have to make a decision on some of these other dudes here. So, Brady Boyce has 74 points in 164 career games with us. He is a grinder, which makes it more beneficial to keep him. Could probably get him for a little bit over 3. Janek's been phenomenal for us, no doubt about it. I think he has to be signed. I don't want to lose this guy. He's been phenomenal for us the past 2 seasons, really the past 3 seasons since getting a chance at the NHL level. Marcus Oberg. I hate to say it, but after that playoff performance, 984 games in a Goonfish uniform with over 700 points. 2022 second round steal. I think we have to say goodbye to Marcus Oberg. Smoking Ace, thank you for that, man. I mean, again, I know the schedule's not the best for most people to be able to catch the stream, but yeah, Oberg looking for about $6 million. I think Oberg's gone. Let's make that all but official, I'd say. We have to hold on to Cameron Carlton, man. He has 4 straight 75-point-plus seasons. So, for the moment, let's lock down Carlton. As expensive as it may be. We'll make other decisions from there. $23 million. That defense takes up 16. Of course, we can remove the Ebbett contract once we get to free agency. As it is, we don't have the money to re-sign these RFAs right now. We might just have to see what we can get. We might just have to see what we can get for those RFAs and hope we can re-sign them. Vorobyev. Once upon a time a 60-point guy, but more reliably a 40-point guy. Had 8 points in 22 games. I can't prioritize him. Geisberger. 40 to 50-point guy. And then Holmqvist in his rookie year was amazing. And the benefit of having a grinder, we have to re-sign Holmqvist. I know he's expensive. I can't lose this guy. Mendez. 30 to 40-point guy. Janik I want to bring back as well. This guy's been an amazing fourth liner for us. Is there anybody else? God, I wish I could get Boyce for less than that. Alright, so the defense in theory could survive with Johnson, Ebbett maybe, but even if Ebbett's not there, Johnson, Byzantine, Legacy, Dansk, Applicator, Devereaux could work. Why are you overpaying people who want to come back? It's just, they're not going to take less. They're not going to take less. And if they do, it's not going to be significantly less. Once you start messing with the years that they want and drop it down from 7 to 1, yeah, you got to pay them a little bit more to get them to stay. Two, 3, 4, 5. In theory, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. It's a tough call. I'm intrigued at letting these RFAs go to the open market and seeing what happens. It might be a mistake because we might not get them on as cheap a deals as we want. But we could get them on even cheaper deals if they make it to the end of free agency. We've had no luck getting qualifying offers towards any RFAs whatsoever. It really is just a question of who stays. We have to prioritize grinders at this stage. Vorobyev, Geisberger, because we need those grinders. Vorobyev's going to stay. Hopefully. Try to get him for a little bit cheaper. We'll see if that works. He only wants a one-year deal to begin with. Geisberger as well. Try to drop down like 2.5. We'll see what happens. Yeah, fair enough. Down to $6 million. And also, a part of it was just to make sure they sign. Like, nickel and diming would save us a little bit, but also it's like, okay, let's not get into a contract dispute with anybody when we're down to the halfway point already of the phase. So, again, thank God goaltending is taken care of. We'll see what happens with that defense. It's fairly obvious we're going to have to sign Legacy. As far as the other Legacy, we don't know yet. We have Mendez and Boyce to worry about now. And then Oberg's pretty much cashing out. How much did Mendez want? Alright, well, Mendez is gone. Yeah, that's confirmed. 7th round pick in 2027. A tremendous steal for us, but this guy's out, dude. We can't get him $6 million. He's been a 30 to 40 point guy. Granted, he hasn't been in the best role necessarily, but yeah. I mean, again, Mendez has been one of, if not our best steals for a 7th round pick, but this dude's out. 6.2. Yeah, Mendez is out. Hate to say it as well, Marcus Oberg is out. We already looked over him. We'll see if Boyce will accept like 2.5 to come back. Yeah, see. There you go. Boyce rejects. Like I said, nickel and diming doesn't really get us too far. Honestly, with Boyce, a couple 30-point seasons, he is probably worth the near 3 mil if he'll accept that. Yeah. So we have 4 million in cap space as it stands. Technically about 10. The only expiring deals are the RFAs at the moment. So there has already been a significant amount of roster turnover. And it's really not going to get any easier. It really isn't. And like I said, unfortunately, going after potential RFAs, that doesn't really promise us anything. We definitely want to go after this Tillett guy. Even if he doesn't fit the team, he could be an amazing... Actually, did he fit the team? We got a lot of competition for him. He fits the defense. If we could sign this guy, that would be incredible. So, to the moon with this offer. He fits our schemes, at least on the defense. Oh, Pyro, there was coach turnover because I didn't want to bother sending out max offers to those guys. My experience for the majority of the times, people will just end up rejecting. People just end up rejecting the offers if you try to sign them to lower positions on the re-sign phase, as opposed to from free agency. I don't know what's up with that, but it's just the way it works in my experiences. So yeah, we'll see where this goes. Hopefully we can get this guy. Again, an A+ level coach who might fit the team. We saw the difference that a great coach can make. So, problem is, again, it's another older coach, 67 years old. Looking damn good for 67 there, Gabe. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. And then we've had these players on our team before. We'll prioritize Gage Mason, who we actually had on our staff last year as an AHL head coach. The reason my coach keeps sending my 84 elite player to the 4th line, which also lowers chemistry. Only thing I can say is just check whether or not he actually fits the line properly. Who's to say? Also, I'm just looking at Jordan Bennington apparently taking cheap shots at Sharks players after getting pulled, which, trust me, I'd be pretty embarrassed if I had to get pulled against the San Jose Sharks, because they're not good. They're not good. So we'll wait for this max offer to go through. It's the only other high offer we have to wait for. And then we'll wait it out from there. Waiting for a max offer. Isn't this fun? Yeah. Isn't this fun? Yeah. Thanks, EA, for not listening to me for the past 2 years. Yes, could have been avoidable. Yeah. It could have been avoidable. But what are you gonna do? Oh, goodness. Alright, almost up to 9.9. There we go. Alright, so those will be the only two that we go after for the moment. If anybody else fits the team, admittedly, I don't really have to worry about it. We have a great coach. In terms of scouts, let's see what we have for the top options here. And I'm pretty sure these 2 to 3 were already on our team, but hey, it is what it is. Swizz, what is happening? I am doing quite well. Alright, guys. Free agency. The outcome of free agency. Let's see what happens. Tillett went to San Jose instead. That sucks. Mason came back, though. Lambert's back as a scout. Kozanoff's back. Mara, there's no space for her anymore. So we didn't get that great head coach, unfortunately. We still have a really good coaching staff. Ideally, I'd find a generalist. Or just another higher rated coach. Smithson works, honestly, as an AHL assistant. Let's just see if he'll accept it. To be honest, anybody here, I'm just not going to bother with the max offer. Let's just see if anybody will accept this deal to boost up the quality of our coaching staff. Hopefully they do. Otherwise, I mean, we still have plenty of people that'll make it work. The only question now is the RFAs. So Smithson comes back. Good. So we still got that top-notch coaching staff. RFAs, what's going to happen? We are almost a month into it, and we have still not had a single player go after Zagrapin, Legacy, Lilia, or Saprikin. Not a single team has gone in for those players. We'll move on. Will it happen? Will an offer pop up? If not, we'll be able to re-sign them for dirt cheap in the preseason. 6 weeks gone, nothing's happened. I think we'll be able to get him for pretty cheap this season. Yep, we made it to the preseason without a single one of those top-notch players getting offer sheeted. Go figure. So as it stands, again, I'm good to move out some salary. We'll see what happens with old Wild Bobby Peters. I feel confident in trying to move out Ebbett. Again, he just wasn't able to make this team last year. We'll see if this works. I have been allowed to do this in prior Goon squads. I just need a team that's interested in him that wouldn't be over the cap. I really don't want to send him to Calgary, though, like preferably an Eastern team like Washington. So just swap 7th round picks, basically give them to him for free. We get no proper compensation. And as Pyro suspected, they don't want to take the deal. They do not want to take the deal. What about that 7th rounder next year? For our 7th rounder next year. Okay, cool. Is there another team that wants to play ball? Toronto. What do you say? Alright, yeah, we are going to have to retain a little bit here. It was worth checking with other teams really quickly. Maybe Tampa will be dumb. Just randomly want to give up this pick. Favorite NFL team? Patriots. Alright. Fuck it, we'll send him to Toronto. Use Trade Finder. I mean, I can, but like this still, I highly doubt it's going to go through. I highly doubt it's going to go through. Brits, I love that you're handing me just every bit of advice as if I don't play this on a daily basis. Hey, look at that! The Trade Finder didn't work. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? Not this guy. Not this guy. I never would have guessed. Come on now, peeps. Come on now. We just lost in Game 7 of a Cup final. I think I know how to put teams together. That's right, I'm taking offense to it. Deal with it. Fuck. Send them to the Islanders. Screw it. Whoops, didn't mean to go for a 6th. Well, how about 5%? Nope. How about 10%? We might be stuck with this dude. We might be stuck with him. Fuck. Fuck. Paulie, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, we're stuck with him, man. All right. Let's see what we got really quickly without these particular players, huh? Let's see what we got. So Bird or Rantanen? It's going to be Rantanen to start. Bird's listed as a minor league starter. So goaltending is looking okay. Defensively, of course, Johnson, Ebbett, Byzantine, Dance, Abdicator, Devereaux would be the defense without any of our RFAs. And instead of on the forward core, we now have 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we're still looking okay when it comes to the forwards. We're still looking alright. Falk's now listed as a fourth liner. Talixon, man, he's just never grown out of that other option. 78 overall on Falk. Just trying to see if I'd rather have him as an option over Brady Boyce. We at least got to see if this guy's worth giving a shot to. Or Christensen. Still leaves us in very little cap space. Very little cap space indeed. So if we go with this team, we know it's going to be a little bit different. We know that top line is dynamite. We know Holmqvist and Ekman work very well together. So Geisberger, Vorobyev, Boyce gives them a +1. That could be the spot for Brady Boyce this season. Libertarian change. Apparently I can't get that +5 though. I'd prefer to still try and get this +5. Just doesn't look like that's gonna happen. So would I rather have that +3 there? Gregor still works. I'd rather have that +3. Although Lundin on a -1 line kind of sucks. Because this guy should... Ooh, multiple +1s is pretty nice. Honestly, I like the look of that. I like the looks of that a lot. Not bad. So we know the forwards are going to work out pretty much just fine. Christensen could help the bottom six. Falk would only really work on the top line, which we don't need. Let's sum those two down really quickly. And of course, Legacy could still fit in with that forward core. But at least we know that we're okay without them. So send those two down. That's $6 million in cap space. $6 million in cap space. Whoops, let's go to the RFAs. Yeah, the Legacy is an 82 now, by the way. So if we were to go for Zagrapin, who's up to an 87, he is looking for a pretty cheap contract. Don't know if he'll accept the 85% at this rate, but it's worth a shot, which would be about 3.4 for him. Let's go to Lilia next. Honestly, in a similar spot, wouldn't be that expensive of a deal. But 3075. Suprikin, looking for even less. At least that makes sense. About 3 million here. Tiny bit less, but that works. And then Legacy wants 5 mil. So let's move forward a day. See if we can lock down any of these defenders. Those cheap deals. The Grappin signed immediately. Suprikin signs. Lilia, we can't afford him. Okay. It's not too bad, though. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. At least we get those two on the team. Which means Dansk and Byzantine are the ones that get swapped. And then in theory, send down Ebbett. Call up an extra forward. We'll just go with Peterson so I don't confuse who I meant to call up. Oops. Why is that switching? It's really weird. There we go. Oh, can we make this work? We still don't have to sign the other legacy until next year, which is pretty nice. Of course, you can't buy out Ebbett at this stage, but I'm going to trade for asset there. We got to get rid of him. We got to find a way. We got to find a way. If it means retaining more cap, then we'll do it. Do what we got to do. We'll go 7th next year with Buffalo. We have to get out from underneath this contract. Yeah, Buffalo won't take that. Ah, shit. Let's try 3rds next year. Have we made the playoffs? We have, Paulie. We have. 2 of the last 3 seasons. That's not going to work, guys. It's cap redemption, or we're stuck with them. That's it. It's the only option. So I think the max we tried was like 15. Let's try 20%, which would still be cheaper than the buyout. I mean, it's $2 million in dead cap for the next 2 years, but I think we're stuck with them, man. We are going to be stuck with them for the rest of this season. Yep. We are going to be stuck with them. Waive them later. No one's going to claim them. Just trying to see really quickly. Is there anyone that has value that I know for a fact isn't going to make it? That I can just tack on? Honestly, Martinson, Bobrovsky, just pile these guys on. I'm never going to sign these guys anyway. I'm going to try to get rid of the retention for the moment, though. And we'll see if that goes through. So let's just see if we can sweeten it a little bit with Bob. Nope. All right. Anybody else? I pretty much know is never going to make it. Martinson. There we go. All right. Well, I have to give up 2 guys in Bobrovsky and Martinson to help this go through, but I'm never going to use them. And if they develop, well, then fuck. But yeah, hey, that's us paying the stupid tax. We dump Ebbett's contract to Buffalo. Done deal. And we're good to go. And we're good to go. I could be incredibly sassy right now, but I won't be. I won't be at all. Alright. So then from there, it's about $8 million in space. Lilia is the target for me, honestly. I trust our forwards a little bit more. Legacy wasn't amazingly consistent for us over the course of last season. Maybe we're here for Sassy Duke. Well, maybe you are. Maybe you'll get him. Maybe you'll get him. Come on. Thank you, Mr. Lilia, for re-signing. That leaves us with about $6 million in cap space. We're good. I mean, we had some casualties. There's no doubt. Oberg's gone. A lot of players are gone there. That would have been nice to keep. Oberg, Mendez. I don't know if we're going to have what it takes to make it back to a cup final. I genuinely don't know if we are. That might have been our shot. We have talked about that. Of course, Legacy's going to reject and be an asshole. We have talked about that a lot. You know, in a series like this, a challenge series like this, if you get your shot, you have to make the most of it. And unfortunately, through EA nonsense, we didn't make the most of it. Legacy is back. Oh, man. So let's get a look at what this team will be. heading into next season, the defense will be the same as it was last year with Johnson, Zagrapin, Lilia, Saprikin, Ablocator, and Devereaux as the enforcers to help break it up a little bit. But again, Ebbett's gone, Oberg's gone, McCutcheon's gone, Kasperitis is gone. Like, we have lost some damn good members of this team. Yeah, Carlton showing up as a 78 again, so that's nice. I think we have our starting 12 as well. Well, actually, in fairness, God, man, the morale hit started right away. Boyce, Grigor, Talixon. I'm thinking it might have to be Talixon. I'm not sure who's going to take the hit there. I'm not sure. Legacy, Falk, Christensen. I'd be over the cap at that point. I can only call up Legacy. But yeah, Falk and Christensen work. We have to make that call as to who's the best for this team right now. You could argue it's Talixon, but he really doesn't have any more room to develop. Whereas Falk does. And then Christensen doesn't really have all that much more room to develop. But he's not going to replace Janik. Let's see if Falk works. I mean, we know that he only really worked for the first line in terms of positive morale. Okay, so Grigor, Janik, Falk works. Again, it would be Niedermeyer. Did it just healthy scratch? It did healthy scratch Carlton. I called up one too many dudes. Fuck. Oh my god, that fucking double glitch in the menu. I hate it. Argument with Falk, of course, is it better for him to be in his actual role or to tear it up at the AHL level? That is always a debate. Janik has to play, Carlton has to play. I mean, it would be Boyce that gets dropped if we were to give Mr. Falk an opportunity. So it'd be Carlton with Bayer, Niedermeyer, Ekman, Holmqvist. Geisberger works, Grigor works, Vorobev works, Legacy works. I think we'd go with Legacy on that one. I mean, that top six, I mean, we know Carlton's better than that. That top six is still pretty damn good. Lundin works. I think we have our team right there. I think we got it. It's not the best positive on that third line, but we've also not really seen much of a benefit from the +5. That's still a sick forward core. And again, we know Carlton's better than that. The dude put up 70 points last year. 86, actually. Even better. And then defensively, Johnson... Wait, what? Oh, that's right. We played him with one of the enforcers, right? We played him with Advocator. And then we need a -1 on that line. Scrappin's medium elite, low elite, medium elites. Between Lilia and Saprikin, who was the best last year? 19 points plus 20 for Saprikin. 24 points in the play. Okay, well, I think we found our answer then. Our defense is going to be very, very similar to what it was last year, including that -1, but it's worth it because the coach makes it worth it. It'll be Johnson, Abdulkader, Zagrapin, Lilia, Saprikin, Devereaux. With the two enforcers kind of in the mix to help make things work. And then for the forwards, I think we're good. And if certain players don't work out, we kind of do have the forward depth to get this to work for us. We're in a good spot. I mean, I think, obviously, you know, it took some sacrifices, but we have maintained a pretty good core despite the fact that we lost some players this year. I still think we're looking okay. Do we have anybody that's scratched that shouldn't be? Ryan Preck needs to be in. And anybody else that's like super up there in age? Nerminen. Smolinski ours or Beagle? No. Let's double check potentials here. Actually, just see if I can get rid of these damn minuses. Can I get rid of these damn minuses? We might be stuck with them. Kind of like we were last year. Unfortunately. Yeah. This looks like we'd be stuck with a couple minuses. A -1 isn't the end of the world, though. But man, that changing up that third line's not, or that top line's not really working. All right, we'll leave it at that. I mean, the AHL team has been consistently great. I'm hopeful. I think that's all I can be. Is just hopeful that this team will find a way. I mean, we're 4-0 in the preseason, which means nothing, but 87, 90. We have a 97 rated defense, for God's sakes. Granted, as we saw those players in action, it completely failed us in the final. But, yeah, we have a 97 rated defense. Because of Morales at the helm. I think the only thing I would do, though, is drop Smithson. Probably down to the AHL. We'll have Mason be back as an assistant. Honestly, Smithson can rock as our coach there. We do need a goalie coach. We had a decent one before. I don't think he's still available. There was a C- goalie coach, though. So really quickly, we'll move Bolt up to the NHL level. And get this goalie coach for the AHL. Good old Chris Murphy. I mean, again, it sucks the players that we lost. Like, I'm not really over that. I really didn't want to lose anybody. I honestly thought that version of the team was going to be good enough to win the cup. You know, 3 best of 7 series that we ended in 5 games to get to the final. And then just to fall short like that. I hope that that's not the high point of this run. It could be. We know how this works. It could very well be. But all I can say is hopefully not. Let's move Albrecht over to the OHL, and then our scouts are actually perfectly set up already. We're good to go for another season. Although I do think we have one more piece of business to attend to now that Oberg is gone. We know Joe Byer definitely gets a letter on this team. It's tough to say that, you know, Niedermeyer doesn't deserve it. Or Ekman, and of course we already have Johnson as our defensive leader. You know, I gave it to Niedermeyer, and I'll agree with it. I would have given it to Ekman otherwise. No reason for an extra bit of a morale crisis. We needed to see who was taking over that letter for Oberg. And of course defensively too if we struggle. Lawrence Legacy is there. The problem is, as a DFD, he's not going to fit in perfectly. It'd be better if we had another enforcer. Unfortunately, I don't think we have too many, if any, enforcer defensemen in the system right now. Like, we have really struggled to find defensemen the past few seasons. Can we retain a title? Well, first we'd have to win the title. But the President's Trophy, perhaps. Who's to say?